Am I the asshole for turning my niece away at the door and telling my sister to wake up because of how my niece treats my daughter? My sister Teresa has a 16-year-old daughter, Quinn. Quinn and I used to be very close when she was younger, and we loved having auntie-niece time together. However, since becoming a teenager, Quinn has become very snarky and sarcastic in a mean way. I particularly don't like the way she behaves towards my own daughter, Bella. She's 6. Quinn crosses the line. A particular episode of verbal cruelty at a birthday party was when I'd had enough and I told Quinn, I don't want you to come over until you can start being nice to Bella. Teresa was present when I said this. No, you're not the asshole. You're not. You're not, because I don't give a damn how long we've known each other, what our relationship is, or how old you are. If you're going to mistreat my children, you are not welcome in their home. Their home is their safe space. I will never allow someone who even looks at my child in a nasty way to be in their safe space, ever. We live a short walk away from each other. A few days ago, Quinn arrived and wanted dinner. I turned her away at the door and I told her, I don't like how you treat my daughter. Unless it's an emergency, you're not welcome here. Teresa called me upset because she said I was a horrible person for turning Quinn away because she's 16 and now my niece is upset. She's 16 years old and she bullies a 6-year-old. She bullies a 6-year-old. Quinn is 16. Bella is 6. Quinn knows very fucking well what she's doing. She knows what she's doing and she knows that it's fucking wrong. These are the consequences of her actions. You're not going to be able to bully people and think you're still going to be able to come around. Just wait until her friends stop talking to her. Wait until people start making it known that they don't want to hang out with her because of how she acts. Teresa has stopped trying to do anything serious about Quinn's verbal attitude and has begun to justify it with statements along the lines of, that's just how some teenagers are. It's a teen thing. Teenagers shouldn't be treated like young children. Or, Quinn's almost an adult. It's not your place to parent her like some child. This is the fucking problem. I hate when people say it's just a teen thing. It's not, because if it was, all teenagers would behave like this. If it was a teen thing, all teenagers would fucking behave just like this. It wouldn't be something that people felt the need to fucking call out. It would not be something that people felt the need to call out, because you know what the fuck people make jokes about? The terrible twos. Why? Because it is literally something that all children fucking go through. All teenagers do not wake up one day and decide, I'm going to be sarcastic and snarky in a very disrespectful and mean way. I'm going to bully 6-year-olds. Fucking all teens don't decide to do that. It's not just a teen thing. This is lack of fucking parenting. Teresa is failing as a goddamn mother, and her results, or lack thereof, are showing through Quinn. I brought up Teresa's past words, and I told her that she's correct. Quinn is almost an adult who doesn't need to be scolded by me, and that I have the right to protect my child from any unkind adult. Quinn is already having issues with the school emailing home and friends making excuses for why they don't want to see her. It's time for Teresa to wake up and do something about her daughter. Teresa and I have both given our sides to mutual friends and acquaintances. They're divided. Some are saying that Quinn's attitude is not okay, but I was wrong to turn her away at the door because she's still 16 and my niece. Quinn is 16 years old. Her auntie told her days before she decided to walk her 16-year-old ass to her auntie house. She told her, you are not welcome around us until you start to treat my daughter better. She decides a couple of days have gone by, so I'm going to go over there and I'm going to ask what's for dinner. You can go home. That's what the fuck is for dinner. Go home. Go back to your mom's house. Stay at your mom's house, because until you are ready to show me that your behavior has changed, you are not welcome in my home. I don't understand what the fucking problem is. Her being 16 is even more of a reason for you to enforce this boundary, because she's almost an adult right out of her motherfucking mama's mouth. She's too goddamn old to be behaving like this. Our mutual friends and acquaintances said being a teenager and rapidly going from childhood to adulthood is already a rough transition. And according to Teresa, Quinn appears to be having issues at school. I wonder why. I fucking wonder why. I mean, it can't possibly be her attitude. It can't possibly be her attitude. Okay, Teresa. She said I should try to have more patience with her and see what may be going on outside of school. That's not your job. You are her auntie, not her mother. You do not have any responsibility to this girl, especially a 16-year-old that is bullying your 6-year-old niece. Why is it that your niece is more important than your daughter? Why is it that your sister expects you to go above and beyond to see what's going on outside of school with her daughter? But she wants you to ignore the fact that, again, her daughter is the one that's bullying your fucking daughter, your 6-year-old daughter. Get the fuck out of here. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And your mutual friends and acquaintances are hypocrites. They are, because they will 100% respond the same way that you are if it was their 6-year-old being picked on by a 16-year-old girl. Regardless of the reason, I feel I had to set a hard boundary with Quinn's behavior. It's not an easy time, but at 16, you still know right from wrong. She definitely does. Bella doesn't deserve to be subjected to that kind of treatment. But are my friends and acquaintances correct that I was too hard on my niece and sister, and I should apologize for how I responded to them? You're not the asshole, and the way you responded to your niece and your sister is absolutely fucking correct, because your sister wants you to do the work that she should be doing. You need to be more patient with her and see what's going on outside of school. That's not my job. You are her fucking mother. If your child is having issues in school, if your child is struggling in school, it is your responsibility to get to the bottom of what the fuck it is. It is your responsibility. Now, if your child has a trusted adult that they like to talk to, that they like to open up with, by all means, that's amazing. Glorious. I love that for you and for fucking them. But if that adult puts boundaries in place because of the behavior of your child, whatever your child is going through does not automatically override those fucking boundaries. It doesn't. You, as their mother, have the responsibility to fix the situation, to find out what the fuck is going on instead of passing it to everybody else to take care of. OP stated that in the comment section, if Quinn was willing to give her a sincere apology, she has no problem with welcoming her back into her home. But her past apologies have been excuses along the lines of, quote, Bella needs to stop acting like a baby. And Bella's overreacting. It was a joke. Or saying sorry in a sarcastic tone. Bella is literally a baby. She's 6 years old. She's literally a baby. She's literally a fucking baby. So OP is stating that if her niece was to genuinely, sincerely apologize, she has no problem with it. But because of her behavior and her attitude, her boundary's gonna fucking stand. And I absolutely think that is the right move. Because as a parent, you have the responsibility to take care of your child, even if you have to protect them from their family. That's what comes with being a fucking parent. I don't think OP is doing anything wrong at all. Her sister needs to get her shit together. Am I the asshole for not allowing my sister around my family? When my sister got married 5 years ago, she told me that I couldn't be a bridesmaid. I chose not to go to the wedding after that for various reasons. Since then, it has been a rocky relationship with her and her husband. We only saw each other once or twice a year after that. Her and her husband would always be distant with me, my husband, and our children. They would speak to them, but my sister and her husband were always short with my part of the family. My sister's now getting divorced. She tried to reach out to me and my kids to reconnect. I don't want to. My sister explained that it was her ex and his family that didn't want me in the wedding party and would call me and my family names behind my back. She always wanted to prove that she was different than me to his family. You're not the asshole. You're not. No way in hell. You mean to tell me your reasoning is the reason I didn't allow you to be a part of my wedding and the reason that I was always distant and short and cold towards you was because of my ex and his family. That doesn't make it okay. You are a grown ass woman. And you mean to tell me you married into a family that openly talked about your family and you let it go. You didn't stand up for them. You said nothing in their defense. You started to be just like them. No, you can't be around my family because in my heart of hearts, I feel like the reason you were so compliant with all of that is because you agreed with them. I told my sister that you kept me from your life. You just said yourself that you agreed with people who spoke about me behind my back. You and your spouse's family called me and my family trash. You didn't once say anything to them, and you agreed with them. When I clarified it with her, she said that it was shitty of her to do at the time and that she wants to make amends. See, that's the thing. You wanting to rekindle the relationship, rebuild the bridge is not always possible. It's not always possible. You feeling bad now for what you did does not erase the pain and the hurt that your sister and her family has gone through because of your actions. So OP not wanting to make amends and rekindle this relationship is 100% fucking valid. I told her that my children are not your feel-good props, and frankly, I don't want you and your superficial ass around them because I want my children to be a better person than you. My sister started crying and I haven't spoken to her since. Our mother thinks that we should make up, but after my sister's confession, I want less to do with her than I already did, and my hubby agrees. I don't think you're the asshole. I don't, because like I've already said, like you stood by and joined in with these people as they talked about me behind my back and said nasty things about me, and you didn't say anything to defend me. You joined in with the bullshit, and now that you're no longer a part of that family, you want to come back and be like, oh, well, I want to rekindle. That was really shitty of me, but now I want to make it better. No, babe, you can't make it better. The hurt has already happened, and I have made the decision to not want anything to do with you. This is what happens when you treat people bad. You're not always going to be able to run back, apologize, and things magically go back the way they were. OP also said that her and her sister weren't really close before her wedding. And the reason that she didn't go to the wedding is because her husband was stationed across the country. She had a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old baby at the time. And it would have been an issue to fly to her to go to her wedding. And I completely understand that. If I'm by myself and I don't have like an official role in your wedding, and I know it's going to be hard for me to take my 6-month-old baby and my 2-year-old toddler to fly with you, I'm going to bow out. Unfortunately, I'm not coming to your wedding. It's just a little bit too much of a hassle for me right now, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I want to take a second to address what I'm seeing in the comment section here on Reddit. Is a lot of people saying, you know, your sister should have had your back then, but she's human and we all make mistakes. A mistake is accidentally hitting a pole and offering to fix it. Oh my gosh, it was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. Purposely going out of your way to join in with your spouse and his family to talk bad about your sister and her family is not a mistake. It's not a mistake. A decision was made. A choice was made. Her sister chose, instead of standing up to protect my sister and her family, I'm going to join in with the motherfuckers that are talking about her behind her back. I'm going to get in so I can fit in with them, and I'm going to talk about them. A choice was made. She didn't make a fucking mistake. Sorry is not a magic word that erases all the wrongdoings and the hurt that you've done to other people. It doesn't matter. You can apologize until you're blue in the face. Me as the person that was hurt, that was disrespected, that was talked about, it's my decision if I want to forgive you or not. And if I decide that I want to protect my peace and move on with my life and not include you in it, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So people stating, well, she's saying that she's sorry, that means fucking nothing. It means nothing when you knew exactly what the fuck you were doing. And now because you're not over there with them, you think you can run back to the very people that you were mistreating and they're going to welcome you with open arms. That's not okay. It is not okay. These are the consequences of her actions. This is what happens when you make a choice. There's always going to be something that comes back. And unfortunately, her sister is going to have to suffer through this if OP decides she doesn't want to be around her. Am I the asshole for telling my in-laws to leave me out of their dispute over their future grandchild's name? I, 25 female, recently married Josh, 27 male. I have a good relationship with his brother Tommy, 30 male, and Tommy's wife Lily, 30 female. For this reason, when they found out a month ago they were expecting a boy, they asked me if I would be okay with them naming their son Logan. The reason? My name is Logan, and they didn't want to make me feel any kind of way or offended that they were using the name too. I told them I had no problem with it at all. Lily said the name was always on their list, but me joining the family made it more special, which is sweet. That's really cute. That's really cute. So this name was on their list, but because they now have a sister-in-law that they're extremely close with, they decided that for sure, this is the name that we're going to use for our baby boy. I think that is the cutest thing ever. I want a namesake, but my name is LaQuanda, and I highly doubt anybody going to give their child that name. They decided on the full name a week or two ago, and they announced it over family lunch on Sunday. Shit hit the fan immediately. Mother-in-law and father-in-law asked them what they were thinking naming their son after a woman. Fuck the fact that it's normally a boy's name. You're naming him after a woman. Okay. They expressed a lot of displeasure about my name being a boy's name traditionally, but said the name was now directly linked with me. Their grandson should only be named after men. Really? Like, these are some of my favorite stories because the reasons that these people come up with to be upset about a name for a child that's not theirs is always fucking crazy. Josh told his parents they were being ridiculous, and wouldn't they be glad Logan was being reclaimed as a boy name in the family if they were so offended. They said that it was still on a female in the family now. Tommy then told his parents that it's not their decision. The only person they would have accepted criticism about their choice from is me, and I've had no problem with them using it. They said they should care about how it looks. Tommy said it doesn't look bad in any way, that people won't care today. It escalated. Lily tried to calm them down by saying Logan will love being named after his amazing and only aunt. For whatever reason, my in-laws decided I needed to step in. They told me that I should make it known that I'm no longer okay with another Logan, and I should do it for him if nothing else. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. OP, you need to step in and tell them that you're no longer okay. And if you're going to do it for anything, just do it for the baby. Do it for him. Do fucking what for him? Tell them that he can't have a name he don't even fucking know exists yet simply because you guys are being misogynistic? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I kept eating through most of this, so I wasn't involved at all. Wait, OP said, not my monkey, not my circus. I just said that I was good, thanks. They didn't like that and they pressed the issue. Josh told them that it has nothing to do with me. My in-laws said it was because Tommy and Lily made it my problem. It's not a problem. It's literally only a problem to your mother-in-law and your father-in-law. Tommy and Lily apologized over my in-laws. I said that it was fine, but to please leave me out of it. I gave my blessing and I won't take it back. But ultimately, the naming is not my decision. Tommy apologized again. My in-laws said that I can't stay out of it when it's my name. I said, it's not just mine though. Then I went back to eating. My in-laws were not happy with my request to be kept out of it. So am I the asshole? Absolutely not. You're like the one person that I've ever come across on Reddit that is an in-law that doesn't have a problem with whatever name the fucking parents are choosing for their child. You're absolutely not the asshole for insisting that this has nothing to do with you, that you do not own this name, that this has nothing, that you ain't in this at all. I absolutely love how firm you were with staying out of the situation. They came to you first. You told them that you were absolutely okay with it and you thought it was kind of sweet. I think it's cute for your in-laws, your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law to decide they want to honor you by naming their baby after you. I think that is the cutest thing in the fucking world. Now, we all know OP is not the asshole because for once we found a relative that is willing to stay out of the situation when it comes to an argument about baby names and it's not their fucking baby. That alone makes you not the asshole. But hopefully you've learned we do not share baby names because you and Josh just got married, so it's going to be y'all turn soon. We do not share the names of the child, the name we're going to give our child until the little baby is here, until he is here, because it just brings on a big ass fight that's unnecessary. It's unnecessary, and I will never understand why family members think they have the right to speak on the name that parents are wanting to give their child. It will never, ever, ever make sense to me.